Okay, welcome to the Digger Dan and Dora the Explorer Hour. Before we get started today, I must warn you about a serious trigger, a trigger mechanism maybe in this video. Some of the contents of this video are very serious. Some of you, wait, you back to, no, wait, just sit down, okay, not yet. Some of the things that we're going to bring up may trigger some issues with you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you a couple questions. And if you feel panicky or anything of that nature, you can, wait, you over there in the back. No, not yet. You haven't asked the questions yet. Okay. Then you can get up and leave because I don't want to trigger anyone. So we'll start off with our first test question, which will be fake news. Oh, yeah. Oh boy, look at, oh, there he goes. Oh, lost her. All right, great. Okay, now for the rest of us, your name should start with a D and end with an E, and it should sound something like Explorer and Dora. If not, this is not your video. This is a private video. This is a very not so SJW or, you know, triggered kind of video. This is a real video about real stuff. Okay, Dora, I think you're out there somewhere. Okay, let's get started on a few different things. Let's go on at first. And a pleasure to meet you, by the way. Let's get started with the coronavirus. I spent maybe 2.5 hours on the internet going through CDC files. I came across some files that were pretty interesting. They talk about a program that was scheduled to start in 2020, which is when the coronavirus got here, and was supposed to last for 2 years, which, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Fauci said that's probably going to be how long it's going to take for us to come up with a cure for it, about 2 years. Interesting, kind of interesting stuff there. It's kind of a coincidence. Okay, this program is, let's see, I'll dig it up for you here real quick, and if I could, if you have room on your phone, Dora, maybe get Kick, because then I can like send copies of this stuff to you. It's good. Don't take up so much space, and you can send pictures, whatever. But okay, let's get started. This program, the CDC was designing. Actually, they started designing in 2007, and was supposed to be ready in 2020. Is called Healthy People. And if you want to look it up on the internet yourself, this is where you're going to find most of it. Is that okay? And point it to you there. And the way I found it was, I was curious about strokes, because now coronavirus is causing everyone to have heart attacks and strokes. No one has strokes and heart attacks naturally anymore. It's coronavirus does it. It's the other strokes and heart attacks, it's cured. It's just coronavirus doing it now. All right. And just to give you an example here, the stroke death rate is 34.8 deaths per 100,000 people. So that means, on average, now the coronavirus is killing at least 34.8 people per 100,000 in a city. So a city of 100,000 people, you're going to have a minimum of 38 corona deaths. Not stroke, not heart attack, coronavirus. Okay, even though these are old statistics from 2007, 2008, it's pretty much been steady the whole time. But it talks about the Million Hearts Initiative, which you'll find under the heading of goals. And there, in this file from the CDC, to kick off in 2020. Okay, and the initiative is a national effort to improve access and quality of care to reduce the incidence of heart disease and strokes. It aims to prevent 1 million heart attacks and strokes by 2022. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. We'll try to send you this paperwork and files and everything real quick. But it talks about community awareness, talks about the community and clinical programs, initiative programs, mask, social distancing, all this stuff. What a coincidence that at the same time the coronavirus came out, that the CDC was planning to launch this. Now, I know it's a coincidence, because in reality, 14,000 small businesses are permanently gone now because of this. A movie producer in Hollywood jumped off his penthouse balcony because he couldn't take the being trapped in anymore. Killed himself. People are killing themselves because of this coronavirus. It's pathetic. It makes me sick. Now, you can find this, Dora. You can find these files, and you can read them. You can make copies of them. You can show them to people. Say, see? You know what they're going to do, Dora? They're going to say, no, news, no, corona, keep space, coronavirus. They're going to burn you at the stake for even saying such heresy. Because Dr. Fauci and the news, fake news, says it is what it is. Even though CDC says it's something else. This stuff is not hidden, Dora. The trick is, when you look at something and you want to go for it, look at it simply first. Look for the simplest solution, because it might be on top. Some people say, oh no, it can't be that. When people tell me that, I think that's where I want to look first. Because people, in general, they're ignorant. They're like, I don't want to compare them to little children, because little children are smart and are cool. But people, they need to be told something. Someone's got to tell them. They have to hear it from somebody else. They can think of it, but they don't want to do that. Short attention span. So, even though I got like 14 pages of this, put them together, put them in a file, you can show people them. They will not believe it. Even though I can tell them, go right here on the CDC's files, dig through this area, dig through 2019 stroke statistics, and from there you're going to go backwards by the years and collect the information on how many people per year and so on and so forth have had strokes and heart attacks. I got some more interesting news too, which is here in their file on the internet, that you've heard about the young people getting it now. The corona's going after the young people. Well, it turns out that since 2007, 2008, and so on, 48% of the people who are diagnosed with serious breathing issues, serious issues, are not between the ages of 65 and 70, not 65 and 50, not 50 to 40. 15 to 24 years old makes up 48% of the people who go in the hospital with serious respiratory problems. And I know why that is. That's because asthma affects kids a little harder than it does adults, because kids burn more energy and their lungs are younger, so it affects them harder. But that's a fact, 48%. So for the coronavirus to be doing something, it would have to be 48% above, from say 40 years old to 70. Then we would know that something different is happening. But nothing is happening any different now than in 2007 to 2016, 2017. As a matter of fact, our hospitals aren't even as full as they were before the coronavirus, when at 40% capacity, where before the coronavirus, hospitals are generally about 70 to 80% capacity. That's why you wait in line for 2-3 hours waiting to see a doctor. So it's stuff like this. Give you some homework. If I can find a way to get you some of this information off the internet, that'd be cool. Another thing is, and I'm really think, since I've read this, I really want to pursue it, and that is the actual slave trading in Sudan. I mean, Sudan obviously is in Africa, and the people of Sudan are capturing and enslaving their own people, but people from a different tribe, and they are selling them to the people in the Middle East for slaves. And some are being sold into India. It's not legal, but in Africa, nobody cares unless you're in Zimbabwe or part of a higher up tribe. You're not like everybody else. It doesn't matter your skin color. It doesn't matter where you're born. If your family's from this tribe, you're neither a man or a dog. And it's very primal in Africa. It's totally a trip. It's totally a trip out there. But the whole slavery thing is fucked up, because in some cases they cut off the right arm of the women before they sell them, so they can't hit their masters. I kid you not. I kid you not. This is happening. It's not hidden. It's not on the black market. It's all over. But nobody wants to look for it. Everybody wants to, get on the soapbox. Everybody wants to take something, be part of something. But, whoa, don't get it complicated. Don't complicate it. So, I thought I'd throw this stuff at you. This is just beginning. Just a little start. Also, there's 2 books I've written. I got about almost 2/3 of the way on one and over halfway on the other, and kind of gave up. I have dyslexia, and I am ADD. And doing templates for my books was really difficult for me to even mess with. I gave up on them, and they're good books. They're both supernatural thrillers. And I just scrapped it, I didn't know what else to do with it. So if you're like a writer type, you can write them, because if not, they're just gonna disappear. But I thought that I'd throw that at you. These are like serious things. Now, next time you say you're boring, think twice. Look what everybody else is doing. While you're being bored or being boring, look at the kind of shit you're getting into. You're getting into taboo shit, controversial shit, real shit. And that's the way it should be. So I thought I'd throw that at you, and it was nice to meet you. And I'm going to send you a message and tell you got your first Dora the Explorer video going. And we'll be back after these brief moments.